Hi everyone, welcome back to Creatively Crafted Life. This is Melanie and we are going to make some paper kits or page kits today using the Watercolor Floral paper pad from Parklane. This one came with 24 sheets, includes UV gloss. Not my favorite, but I can make it work. And there are some really pretty patterns in here. Now, the original retail price for this is $12.99. I did not pay that price. I typically don't buy paper pads unless they're at least 50% off. So I try and do a little bit of bargain shopping when I am buying these. Of course, do I need to buy any more? Absolutely not. I probably have enough cardstock to last me a lifetime, but you know, it brings me joy. So let me show you what I put together out of this paper pad. These papers are double-sided. I will show you what I picked and then I'll just flip over and show you the back side. If they happen to work, that's great. If they don't, that's okay. That's not why I picked the cardstock. So I started off, as always, if you've watched any of my videos, I always start with a multi-colored piece of cardstock. In this case, I chose this pretty floral piece. I combined it with this very loose blue gingham. I think the two of those look really great. I like this combination for making cards. So for those of you that are card makers and not scrapbookers and buy 12 by 12 paper pads, of course you can do page kits the same way. I typically take 2 to 3 pieces of cardstock for a layout, and that's how I think of things, but you definitely can do the same thing from a card perspective. So when I look at this, I easily see a band of this along the edge of a card and a significant piece of this floral paper as the centerpiece. Add a sentiment, a bow, ribbon, that kind of thing, or if you want to add a stamped image on top. Super easy and simple. Or what some of these paper pads are coming up with are cut-aparts that can be used for making cards. So for instance, this one here says, "Hello friend," totally card inspired, thinking of you, live your best life, you bring me joy, thank you, you have my whole heart. You know, pretty much all of these you could use to make a card. So that's why I combined this cut apart with these two, because I'm thinking cards in this perspective. Now, I don't have a system in place to differentiate between ones that I view for card making versus non-card making, but I might add like some sort of paper clip or flag or something like that to this bundle, just as a way of saying this might be a card kit as opposed to a scrapbook kit. But if I throw the cut apart on the front and I look at this right away, I'm going to know that I intended this for a card. As for the back sides, there is a pink stripe, this orange stem, and then this green leaf pattern. And actually, all of those would go really well with the front side. So again, perfect for making cards, lots of variety. The next card kit I picked are these two. Again, another combination that would make really great cards. I would probably use this more for a scrapbook layout, I'm thinking, but definitely could use it for cards. The back side is a yellow sunflower and then this green, so you can see the green, and this would go really well. This not so much, but I picked it for these. Another thing to keep in mind, when I do layouts, quite often I have leftover pieces and I will make cards out of the leftover pieces. So when I'm combining these, my aesthetic for cards and for scrapbook layouts are very similar. So just because I often say this will make a cute layout, in my mind I can also see the potential for making a cute card out of it. So just something to keep in mind. I had that same floral piece again. This time I played off of the blue with that blue gingham, and I really like how that one looks. And then the back side, of course, are the two greens, which work perfectly. Okay, so the next inspiration is this piece here. I know it's supposed to be a floral, but when I look at this, I see coral, meaning, you know, under the sea kind of coral. And so I could easily see me using this for a trip to the aquarium or even a beach scene because of the way this looks. I combine this with the coral stems, and then again, because I had that water inspiration, there was this blue paper that I thought would be really fun to combine. So again, I'm seeing this probably as the base and then add these as embellishments. The flip sides on these is that same paper. Okay, there's that purple sheet from earlier, and then this, right? So I've got 2 sheets of this and then 1 of this. And this would work as well. So I've got lots of options here. Okay, this was the next inspiration. It's a floral with lots of different colors. I immediately saw this green and knew that I liked that with it. Again, you're noticing a pattern. I typically have a multicolored and something that reads as a solid. This is actually on a blue watercolor background, so you don't see a lot of white versus some of the other papers have a white background. And so I added this leafy print or stem print as well. It's a white base, and because this is white and this reads more with a blue background, I can combine that fairly easily. I thought this would make a good mat for photos. And then I threw in this pink wash again as probably a background, or of course you could use it for matting. On the flip side, there's this green random dot. This pink, this has that UV gloss on it. Definitely could use it with that paper. No problems there. Like I said, the gloss is just not my favorite. There's that yellow sunflower again, and then these purple flowers. Here is that same pattern paper again. This time I combined it with the pink random dot on a white. Again, same logic as the other one. Because this is a white base, this reads more as a blue background. Can definitely make that work. This really isn't enough contrast for me, but if you throw in something like this as an in-between border or strip, that would help. Or this could be your background, your accent, and you could use this for matting your photos on top, and that would work as well. This one here has the UV gloss on the yellow flowers. I combined this with this green and yellow, and this is very busy for me. Not something I would normally gravitate towards, but I think this reads a lot darker than this, so there's a little bit of a contrast, not as much as I like, and you guys should know by now how much I talk about contrast, but it is kind of, I can make this work. This is definitely doable. And then I threw in this pink and white stripe, and so if I start combining things like this where I use this to break up that, I think it can definitely work. And if I were to throw in, you know, like a dark purple or something like that in here to really break the patterns up, I think this would look really quite stellar. So this last kit, I was getting down to the last sheets, trying to make it all work. It's that same yellow floral. I threw in the green stems this time. Same logic as before. This reads with a pink background with the white. This is a little less effective than the blue one because the pink is so very light. So just wanted to throw that out there. But again, I could use this as a matting piece. And then to add a little bit of oomph, I threw in the pink wash, and then I thought, why not throw the yellow stripe in as well? And I could see me doing something like this, using this as a mat, adding, let's see if I can show you this a little better. So using this as a mat, so you could see the yellow stripe all the way around, throw in a band of this, and then use this as some photo mats, and you'd have a really cute layout, I think. So that is the end of this particular paper pad. I hope you enjoyed the look-see at it, so you can see exactly what it looks like. That's another benefit of these videos, is that you get to see the papers in a little bit more detail than you would on the little, you know, the little icons on the computer screen. Leave a comment below if you think I should have combined any of the papers in a different way. It's always good to have another set of eyes. Thanks again, and until next time, happy crafting.